Good deal. All right, so what I'm going to do is go through each one of these 16, and I'm going to tell you what I see. Y'all can tell me, well, I'll let y'all tell me what y'all see first. We'll make this fun. So, this is number 1. It's called Browntown. What did y'all give me? Gold. So I want numbers, not ribbons. 9. So
10.
10. What did you take points off for? Condition? What's the condition? I don't see that. What else? So symmetry was actually your issue. I don't see that. What else? Saw a speck of something? There is a speck on that, right there, along with here and there and there and there. So it has specks. So what do you take points off?
I said the brown ruffles around the edge.
The
look
brown
like
ruffles around the
aging, but
Okay.
older or whatever you want to call it.
Gotcha. Okay, so
Yeah.
what's interesting about this one? Has anybody ever heard of Browntown before?
No.
I hope not.
He just named it.
Made it a brand new seedling that I just named. So you can't give it points off on color because none of y'all know what the color looks like. You may have seen me post it on Facebook. Did not look anything like this in the picture. It looked more orange. This is what it actually looked like. The brown that you're seeing on the outside is actually normal. It's a little bit brown on the outside. There is a little bit of damage that I didn't hear anybody actually mention that's out here, but honestly, it blends in so well with the ruffles that if this came across my table, even though this doesn't do anything for me, I would still give it 10 points. Because I have really nothing that I can take off. Now, one thing, it's close, but it is not a miniature. So, correct tag, I would go 10 on this. If somebody had pointed out the little things right here, and it's actually wear because it was up on top of the thing and it was rubbing, I would accept 9. But once again, seedling, you don't know, you've got to give it a pass on most things. Number 2, adrenaline junkie. What did y'all get? 10. Nobody had any issues with it, huh? Not a one?
What did you do to it?
Not a single one of y'all had an issue with the fact that it's on a mini card. Did y'all think there was no reason that I put these on different cards?
Oh, yeah.
So,
Trick question.
there's more than one trick question. And y'all are right, this is pretty much a 10 with everything else. So what we would do in this case is what?
Send it back.
The furthest thing, oh, not the garbage? Okay. We would send it back, have them put it on another card, and it would be perfectly fine. Still would, I would say we get a 10. Okay? Number 3. Oh, you slow, man.
I forgot the damn number.
Is it 3?
No, you want me to know?
This is a real simple thing to do. Number 3 is
Does he need help?
Ian Sunnyfellow. So what y'all got?
9.
9?
I said 8.
Someone said 10?
9.
You said 8? What did you give it an 8 for? Where are your points?
Because it has damage on the side.
Where at?
Uh-huh. And it's not, I know like the leaves are not supposed to be symmetrical, but it seems like the leaves on the top are like really short compared to the rest of them.
So that's not a problem. There is actually damage along the sides on it. And this thing normally doesn't have speckles like that, and it's universal, so that's not actually damaged. But if you look on the sides, can y'all see that from this side?
Oh, yeah.
That's what I have.
That's,
That's what I saw.
so depending on how you're looking at this, this can either be 1 or 2 points off. I mean, I could absolutely, this would be one that I would pass off to someone and say, I could go gold or blue on this and point out what the problem is. Because it's borderline, the colors are really nice on it, and sometimes Ian Sunnyfellow can be a little muted, but hate to tell you, should have been on a mini card.
Yeah.
So you should have sent this back.
No,
Gotta pay attention to the cards coming through. So you're actually screwing whoever this person is that turned this in, because they could have been competing in the mini category.
Correct, with a
And
lot less.
with something with this kind of color, mini double, would probably.
One, correct.
So that's a major thing. This is something you're supposed to be paying attention to when it comes across. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So, when the judges are set up, you're gonna have a first judge, second judge, third judge. The first judge is responsible for holding this in their hand, making sure everything is correct. So, as a new judge coming in, typically you're gonna be put in the second position, because it's the best place for you to kind of learn from what's going on. You don't have a lot of responsibilities. Listen to both of them. Also, your first judge should be the one that has the most experience with these. So if I'm the first judge, I can go, okay, this is good coloring for Ian Sunnyfellow. It's about the right size for it. Typically doesn't have spots, but this is uniform, and it's not a problem. You give them that information, so other people, if they don't know the balloon, they have a little bit more information on it. So, anyway, everybody good with that?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody gets the mini, right?
And another thing about Ian's, it's not all the time got that reddish, the color's different.
Yeah, sometimes it's muted where that red is not so much on there. Okay, Mon Ami, it's a beautiful Mon Ami. What did I give it?
I gave
Oh, I'm
it
sorry, it should be,
Number 4.
4?
Yeah.
Yep, 9?
a
8? What? I'm sorry, 6? I wanted to talk to you, but tell me what you got here. I want to know where the points are
Everything
coming
got a
from.
1 except for the size. I don't know.
The size? Okay.
Yeah. See the stuff on the
Okay. So what you're looking at is here?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
the condition, 8.
Absolutely.
2 points off, 8.
Yep. So condition,
Condition.
Yeah.
2 points up.
Yeah.
And then what else? Did you say 1s on everything?
Except for, what's the number?
4.
I gave a total of 8.
So size on this is really nice. I've seen Buddy get bigger, but he's about the only one that I see get bigger on this with Monomy. So very nice. Color is okay. For this time of day, this is phenomenal color for this. Size, color, form. Form is beautiful.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Your condition is a little bit off. Anybody that didn't see it, you have some markings over here, some markings over here. Automatically, I would be at a 9 or an 8, right off the bat,
Yeah.
just because of that, and I hate. Who brought this in? I love this one, but I was like, man, this is a good example of just a little bit of damage really throwing everything off, unfortunately. So for me, this would end up being a blue. So I wouldn't go 6.
That was harsh.
But I'm definitely in the 8 range on it. And the condition is a little bit off. That's the reason you're having these marks on it. So, anyway. Oh, man.
Yeah.
I know.
This is 5?
Yeah.
5. This is Coastal Bourbon Mesquite, which is a really, really nice one. Color on this is phenomenal. What did y'all get?
8.
9? 9, 7,
8.
7.
Why did you give it an 8?
It's got damage.
Substance.
So you thought this was distracting?
Well, the side right here, like, I
Uh-huh.
thought that was damaged, but it doesn't look like it now that I'm looking at it, because it seems like that's what it does.
Uh-huh. It doesn't.
It doesn't?
That is damage.
Oh, wow,
So
okay.
you're right. It's 2 points off
Yeah.
on this. You've got a lot of damage on this on the outside.
What did that?
If you
Is that
notice.
the bug?
That is it rubbing up against something, but it's universal because it was when it was like this.
Yeah.
And that's the only reason. I know this because I have this balloon.
Yeah, I had no
And
idea.
so, well, once again, it goes back to if you know the
You know
balloon,
it.
you know. So I have one called Freakazoid that actually has that distinctive thing. This is not one of those. This is normal petals typically. And so that right there, and I don't know if y'all can see that. You see how it does this? That is not supposed to do that.
I get it.
So
That's why everything
to
else
me,
is-
that's distracting and that hurts because this is beautiful.
Beautiful, I know, I thought the same thing.
Great size, and it's a 2-day-old balloon. And honestly, it doesn't look it in the center or the outside, you can definitely tell. we've got some issues going on.
So what would you give it?
I would give it 8.
That's what it is.
That's what I gave it
I would give it 8. So you were spot on with that, for me. So, this one is Paul Felsberg. What'd y'all get?
8.
10?
A 9. Gave it a 9.
9? Where are your points for 9?
I didn't write my notes on it, but I think it was just because of like lack kind of symmetry and stuff.
Okay. Symmetry is actually not horrible
Yeah, right.
on it, and I don't know that I would take it off. So here's where I would take the points off on this. This is a little small for Paul Felsberg. Normally, it's like a 7 to 8.5 inch balloon. So we're definitely on the lower end of this. We're probably closer to 5.5 inches. So this is definitely a smaller balloon. And then on top of that, it's kind of lackluster color, whereas Paul Felsberg kind of pops. So the coloring is off on this. And that's the biggest things that I'm seeing. So I would probably give it 1 point off on size and then 1 point off on color. This being my balloon, I would say it's still just an
That's an 8.
person. That makes sense? All right. Anybody doing really good? Anybody decide who's doing really bad? Okay. Crawfish biscuit.
That's beautiful.
9.
9. Where's your point for the 9?
Substance.
10. Substance? Okay, what substance issues do you have with it?
Curled up.
Nope, that's normal.
It's normal?
So what she's talking about is this piece right here. It's not a big deal. So these, in case y'all didn't know, this is called tufting, or tufts, and this is ruffles on the outside. So this has both of them. So that is going to happen. If you notice, it's on all of them to a more or less degree. So,
Isn't there a
who
little,
took points
isn't there a
up?
little car fault, like a little yellow spot or something, I remember?
There is
There
one
is,
right
I
there,
saw
Yeah.
and there's some there, and there's
Oh,
a
wait,
little
wait,
bit there,
wait, hang on.
and there's some here.
I'm supposed to be
So that
good.
is normal.
Oh, okay.
Now, what's not is there's a little red one right here. That is a little bit off. I've never seen that little red.
I gave it a
Little bitty red dot.
I still gave it a 9.
Mm.
And if someone wanted to say that looks weird to me, I could see you taking a point off for that. I don't know that I would take a point off for it. I've never seen it before. And it's not really distracting, it's more amusing to me. But I could see this as a 9 or 10. Anybody other than a 9 or a 10 on that? Anybody that's willing to raise their hand? All right, so we're good there. All right, how about this one? What is this? Mega Mountain. So this is, if anybody follows me on Facebook, I had this 10-foot seedling. This is the balloon from that.
Wow.
So, what did y'all
I
get?
gave it a 9 because the 5th petal is
Yeah, it's
not all the way out.
Correct.
It's,
Okay,
9.
you're sort of onto something. 9, 9. Anybody else?
I gave it
10.
an 8.
Why?
it's a-
Again, I didn't take notes on there, but, yeah, symmetry was
Okay.
off. And
Okay, I like
I
it.
think I saw a few little nicks on some ends.
Okay, so I'm going to show you a couple of things with this. For me, this is 7/8 range. All right? If you look at it, the symmetry on it is completely thrown off by this petal that did not fully extend. This is major to me. This is 2 points off on form. Even though it's a double, and I've never seen it bloom before, that is not something that should happen.
Right.
Okay? So I can take point, even though it's a seedling, first time, it's like if it's got a rip in it and it's a seedling, okay, it's still not supposed to have a rip in it. You're not supposed to have that. That is throwing off the symmetry of this. That's 2 points off to me because it's distracting. The other thing is, and you mentioned it a second ago, I think y'all did, and so did you. This right here, this is borderline a crippling petal, which means that it's bent. You ever take a piece of paper? And once you bend it one time, that's it. You can straighten it out all day long. It is crippled. That is what's happened to this petal on this side, right here. And you can actually see the ridge of where that happened. It's not completely distracting, but it's definitely something that I noticed. So this is something I would take one, or if someone tried to argue with me, I'd be willing to go to on that. Yes, sir.
Do you normally pick them up and look underneath them like that?
So, great point. You cannot look underneath them.
Yeah.
You can take it, you can play around with it, look at it any way you want. You cannot turn it upside down and look at it so that you see my, still got meal bugs, unfortunately. So you're not supposed to look at the lower portion of it, ever.
You cannot touch it either.
Yeah,
You
I
can touch the
kind
block,
of mentioned
though,
it
right?
earlier. You can touch the block, you can touch this. I saw Peanut do something earlier with Bloom going, oh yeah, it does. No, don't do that. You don't.
Don't touch that.
Once, so if this is your Bloom, and someone went up there and goes, oh man, look, it does this. Mm-mm, no. Rod Hendrick, if any of y'all knew him, there was in Texas, he was there, and one of the judges was going, man, this is a double in here, look, it's doing this. I was like, you can't touch the thing.
I've been fuming.
You can, so you're gonna get yourself in trouble doing stuff like that. If anybody sees you, I've already had to complain to other judges for touching them. Even if you think you're helping them out, don't touch the blooms. Send it back to somebody, have them do it. Don't take that liability on yourself, because you don't want them saying, oh, I was, it was perfectly fine and Peanut went. I didn't even know that.
Another thing.
Does everybody understand what's going on with this? By the way, I just threw out a name just to kind of throw,
What
typically
would
this would
you
be under
judge?
ceiling. Huh?
What would you judge it as?
I would probably give it a 6 or a 7.
Okay.
Because to me, it's got some major problems with it.
What was the name of that? Mega Mountain?
I made up the name just so it didn't show. Mega Mountain. The other thing is, if you see something come across here that just says unnamed ceiling, do not send it back to them and tell them to put it in a ceiling category, because if they're putting it in as unnamed ceiling, it probably means, like this for me is not gonna be a winner ever. It doesn't have the things that I like. It will end up going in as a regular bloom. I have every right as the hybridizer to enter this in as a regular bloom. Maybe I don't have the name for it yet. Or I'm gonna give it away to somebody, which if y'all know me, I do it every year. I give them away. I try not to name them so that people can name them themselves. But I enter them into shows. Every year, almost every show, I get some back going, it doesn't have a name, or you gotta put it on a ceiling tag. I do not. What if it wins? Then I gotta make
Yeah.
copies of it. It's not something I think should win. So you can accept them as unknown, or unnamed.
Another thing, when y'all put them on the trays to put them in the judges, don't crowd them and let them touch.
Do not let them
They're getting those files together. So I think the bigger ones you're in with 4, maybe 5, but don't overload it.
Yeah, especially at the end of show when we're bringing all the golds out, man, I've seen some people just jam them on there, and it's like, man, we're bringing that out to the public to look at these, showing that as a good example. All right, how about this one? What y'all got?
10.
10?
10,
Is that number 9?
It,
yeah.
Yeah.
It is 9.
It's not.
okay, it's 9.
Is it?
10s?
10.
I gave
Nine?
I gave it a 9.
Symmetry.
What did you-
I must have been a pedal that was a different size.
I don't see nothing wrong.
I'm not gonna go with symmetry on it.
Okay.
That's a-
Anybody else?
I gave it a 9 for symmetry.
Okay, I'm still not seeing the symmetry. I mean, you need something that's visible. I can put this up to just even noticeable. I don't even notice a noticeable difference in there.
That
And
pedal-
once again,
That pedal on the upper,
Sticks up.
you remember what I said about reflexing?
yeah.
So this can change. You don't have anything. Oh, you're talking about this one right here that's curled up? Right here?
It just
That's
seems,
nothing.
seems smaller than the,
I can see you looking at it from that, but if you actually notice, it comes up higher and goes out this way. So the pedal is actually the same length as the other ones. And once again, you have to remember, this needs to last for a few hours. And so you need something that you're okay going, oh man, that was wrong, let me show you why. And I don't see that. I did label this as festive occasion. If anybody follows me on Facebook, this is one that was named Chai's rose palm, and it bloomed like this, and I wanted to cry. I do not know what it is. I think it's festive occasion, but it could be something else.
So would you give it, Todd?
I would probably go with 10.
10?
I would probably go with 10. Since I don't know what it is, I can't judge
Right.
the color or the size of it. All right. Heart of Darkness, number 10. What did I get?
9?
9.
8.
5. So I heard an 8. Substance? What is your substance issue?
Aren't there some huge ridges in the petals?
Is the color
I think it was, I think,
No, the colors are all.
yeah. It flipped up over here.
Uh-huh. I see what you're talking about. Right up underneath it?
Yeah.
Okay. I could take a point off of that. What she's talking about is right here, where this is not actually flipped up. Now, somebody mentioned these ridges. Completely normal.
They have a
This is what happens. This is a huge petal bloom, and a number of them are folded, and as they open up, they'll just straighten out. So if you would have looked at this 45 minutes ago, this was horrible, and it's slowly flattening out, and in an hour and a half, you're not even gonna see
But
that.
it's sitting right underneath that vent too.
Well,
We got a vent right on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, this looked much worse when I first set it out. It is slowly flattening out, and that is heart of darkness. That is the way it goes. If you don't know any better, once again, better to err on the side of giving a higher score
yeah.
and letting it go. But I do agree with this petal. It is raised here. I don't think that it is distracting, because in all honesty, when you're looking straight at it, you don't even see it. So, I mean, size, color, it's all there. So I would probably go 10 on this, maybe 9 if I notice that. If somebody else, and this is gonna be one of the other judges looking at it from the side and going, yeah, but do you see that?
Yeah.
Because straight on, you don't really see. All right, Candy Kiss. What y'all got?
10?
I gave it a 10.
10?
I gave her a 9.
9? Why'd you give it a 9?
I feel the colors off.
Bingo.
Because what?
Color is off. Color is fading on this.
You won't see mine
One of
today?
the ones I like.
Is it later on in the day?
No, mine just an hour ago. Or
That's
2
later
hours.
in the day.
Yeah.
That's later in the day.
It looks like,
Yeah. The way it fades off to that yellow.
and it started out like that.
Exactly. So does that look like that?
No.
Right. So you have American Pizzazz in mind, right?
Yes.
Okay. So one of the things I don't like about American Pizzazz, and the reason I didn't put it in as a seedling, is because it needs ultraviolet light to change colors on the outside ring. The outside ring comes off as a dingy white or like a yellow. When it first comes out, as it gets exposed to ultraviolet light, if y'all been around this for a while, you know that color typically turns solid white. So then it turns red, white, and blue. It never does good in shows because we never get ultraviolet light exposure during shows. And so it's this dingy, yellowish, whitish color, and then red and bluish. So it never really shows its true colors. That's the reason I just passed it on. It's a great bloom, and in somebody's yard, it does great. You got the same problem with this one.
I gave that a 10 though. That was just, you know.
But you
except for the color.
know that the color is off, because you've seen it. So can we agree that
Yeah.
color is not where it's supposed to be? Anybody have a Rum Runner?
Yes.
Is that not a phenomenal bloom when it first opens?
Oh,
And then 5 hours later, is that not a crazy
Not,
bloom?
yeah,
Creole lady does that.
yeah.
Creole Lady has a nice fade.
Yeah.
Rum Runner's fade is,
Yeah.
Horrible.
I hate it. Man, it's like neon when it first opens. So I would give points off to that. I couldn't think of anything else. It's a little small, wouldn't you agree, for Candy Kiss? But not like horribly small.
Mine are that size.
Well, that, I was about to say mine are a little bigger, but that's mine. Oh, yeah. Okay. What number are we on?
12.
12, Americana.
10. I gave
I give it a 9.
What did you give it a 9 for?
Symmetry?
Okay. Anybody else?
You know, I gave it an 8.
You gave it an 8 for what?
Symmetry,
Okay.
And there was something I put condition, and there was something else on it, I don't know what else.
Okay.
Maybe a pedal that's messed up.
You gave it a 9? Anybody else?
No, I didn't give it a 10, but I
You
will
gave
say
it a
it's
10? Good, I'm with an 8 on this. So the condition is a little bit off, and the symmetry is off on it. So you nailed it. This is my balloon, and this is what I think it should be. You don't have that experience, and so it's perfectly fine for you guys to be off on that, because you're not gonna know, and it doesn't look horrible. If you look at the symmetry, you will notice that there is a little bit of a gap in here.
That's what I gave it all for.
It's a double, and if you don't know it, you have to give it the points.
Okay.
And so, it's, if you don't know it, this is gonna be 9, 10. If you know it, I think 8. So, excellent. All right, how about this? This is another season. 13?
Yes.
It's scented. Not right now, it's too late in the day.
I gave it a 4.
You gave it a 4. Okay. You're gonna have problems showing that to me, so tell me the 4.
So it's got like, I took 2 points off for, let's see what I took points off for the form.
The form, okay,
Because I'm not sure that it's supposed to be like that.
okay.
And then I took.
The form is actually not off, it's damaged, so that would be
Okay.
double counting that.
Then I took 2 points off for substance and condition.
Okay. Condition, absolutely. It's got a major problem right here. This is not a good balloon. This is not something that needs to go into the gold room. The thing is, this is a seedling that you guys do not know. So color, you're not gonna be able to judge at all. Form is harder to judge unless it's got something major wrong with it.
Gotcha.
This one does have something major wrong, but that problem is something you're already counting in
Yeah.
another area.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Because you're right, you're just double counting the points off.
Okay.
But this absolutely is a red or a blue.
Okay.
This is not a good balloon at all. And this is also why I have it, but I don't really do too much with it. I haven't actually named it. I just put tropical lands.
It's a pretty color though.
Yeah, like the color.
It is a nice color, and it is a scented one. So, I mean, that's,
Is it really scented?
yeah, it's not right now. Most of the scenting is pretty much done by like 10 or 11 o'clock. Next one.
Zero.
Hawaiian Loco
Okay.
Beauty.
10.
10?
I gave it a 10.
10.
I gave it a 10.
Hawaiian Loco Beauty.
I did, I really did.
It's a mini? Everybody's good?
I'm not too familiar with that plume, that name. It almost
This is
reminds-
Angela's.
It almost
Angela
reminds me
Blake.
of Sandy's,
No, we're not.
drizzle, raspberry.
This has been out longer. This has been out
I thought it was mislabeled, that's all I was.
Okay.
I wasn't sure.
Okay, it is not mislabeled, but I can understand that, because it's not a popular one. In fact, I think there are only 2 of us that have it in the US. And I think I gave the other one away. Do I?
Hawaiian what?
Coloco Beauty, I'm not mispronouncing it, it's in Hawaiian. So, but this is from Angela Blakely in Hawaii. This is absolutely a 10.
Oh, yeah.
And it is amazing. There is absolutely nothing wrong with it. The texture on it is superb. You can play with this all day and tomorrow and still be. If anybody wants to feel it, this texture
Thick.
is.
The petals are thick.
Don't you love it? And it holds the color. This is a phenomenal balloon. So, I was gonna screw it up some way, and I just couldn't bring myself to do it. I'm like, no, I'm just gonna let it.
Would you try to get the
It didn't have
jeans
to
on,
hard.
would you try to hybridize that for the jeans?
And I do all the time. The plant is garbage. It's this stringy thing that runs all over the place. And it doesn't root very easily, but still. All right, what number am I on?
We are 15.
15, what do we have?
9.
9?
8.
Y'all so nice. Y'all are so nice. First of all, before anybody gave me any numbers, you should have said, send that back. That is not even open. Now, I know that it's closing.
Yeah.
So it's not gonna open, but you don't know that when it comes across your table. And you can assume that this is not the way it's supposed to look. Send that back to them, let them know that you're at least trying to give them a shot
Right.
to do this. But before you do anything with it, this should have been sent back. All right? And then who gave points? I heard 9. 8. Where's your 8?
Size and condition.
Okay, size, it's on a mini thing. Do you know this balloon?
No.
You cannot judge size. Size and color are out for you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Where else are you getting points?
Conditions.
Condition,
Was
okay? Anybody? Closing is major. And by the way, if they go, hey, look, it is what it is, and they send it back to you, go, okay, thank you very much, X, move on. It is out of the ship, right there. Unfortunately, closing up, in 2 hours, this thing's gonna be completely closed up. It's only closing up more. We don't want that in the ship, all right? So, anybody else got something with this? For me, this is easy, 2 points off on condition. You've got holes in it, you've got holes all across it, you've got, this is actually a watermark right here. This is not normal. This is a really nice balloon, I really like the greens that are in it. This is not a good representation of this balloon, and once again, that's what we're going off of. Is this a good representation of this balloon? Absolutely not. This is horrible, it should go. This is, if I'm being nice, it's a blue, it's probably a red. And then, in reality, it's disqualified. Right? That makes sense to everybody? And is this the last one?
Yes.
All right, we survived, can you believe it? All right, this is Tahitian Summer Passion. What y'all got?
I got a 9.
9? 8? What do we have points in?
The spots, but I don't know the balloon though.
Splotches are the problem? Splotches are not the problem. Has splotches from time to time. And if you notice, they're fairly symmetric. What were you saying?
The dots.
The dots are splotches, and they are somewhat normal. They don't do it all the time, but it does splotch.
Is the color right?
Condition of
The
it.
color is actually a little bit muted, but
I didn't know that.
it's 7 o'clock in the evening, so
And another thing, it's freezing cold in the damn room.
maybe. I mean, this is not a 10 for me. This is probably a 9 for condition, just, you know, really what I would say, I would classify it more as a substitution. So kind of that older weathered kind of looking, but I know this. And so I can certainly see someone saying that it's a blue, but your justification of spots, I would not agree with. Okay? Does that make sense? So, once you start looking at these things, it's not really that hard to come up with it. Now, you made an excellent point earlier that you're supposed to ask me about.
Yes, I'll ask you about it if you're ready.
I am ready. Go ahead.
We'll just use the example of Andrew's plant that she brought because we're all crazy about the fact that it's
Yes.
so big. So Sweet Opal over here is huge and nobody else's is. And I think
They
on the
all
fronts, it says that it's supposed to be like 8, I think. So if we were to
That
use
is
that
about
one,
it right there.
would you take points off for it being bigger than what it's
Would you take points for it
No.
being bigger? What are we trying to judge here? Your ability to grow a balloon and get it to a show. And you tell me what you're doing wrong if your plants are bigger
Yeah.
than what they're supposed to be.
I think that's cool.
If that's bigger than normal.
That's great. That means you were juicing it, you were doing something. You're flipping. There is no negative to you going big. You walk in with one this big, you're not gonna go get that crap. That's phenomenal. The bigger the better in this situation. Look, she asked me that and I thought this is a really good thing to bring up because I was called during the show in Florida saying, I don't understand why they just gave me points off because they said my balloon was too big. I'm like, oh, get me on the phone with somebody. I have to explain to them, no, you do not take points off for being too big. You get a category for that.
If it's not the average size, being too little.
Good for you. Oh, now if it's too small,
that's what I'm
that
saying.
is you doing something wrong.
You would be losing.
Now, the exception to that, and this has happened plenty of times, is if we have nothing but cloudy days, it's really cold for a little while, maybe we have a show in April, and everything is smaller.
Right.
And so you'll actually see show directors come in and say, hey, things can come in a little smaller today. Don't judge us harshly on the small ones, because it's not your fault. This is, you don't control the weather. So, but no one's gonna come in and say, hey, we need to get rid of these big ones.
If your colors are
Man, we don't
like
need
that,
that now.
dude, that's hectic.
That's how my colors are.
To me, that's
What?
like
But it's
hectic.
just.
I had 4
Thing
of
like
those.
that. If the
It's
colors,
like the colors, well, that one's got some
yeah,
major.
it's new.
Yeah.
Major
It's
colors.
got a damage, but it's
One other thing that I wanted to talk about is integrity. As a judge, you are expected to be unbiased when you're doing this. You are expected that if you see that it's your friend, or in my case, maybe my wife is judging and she sees some of my stuff come through, you're supposed to go, hold up, stop, send it across. If anybody's been at a table, there's actually 5 people sitting at a table. If you're a judge and you think that it might be one of yours, get them to send it across the table to either the person that's doing the ribbons or the person that's logging it. Have them open up the thing and see who it is and see if it's you. If it is, move it off the table. Don't open it up yourself.
The judge has.
Send it to someone else and say, tell me if I can judge this. Because if you judge it and it goes all the way around and it gets back to them and they open it up and go, oh, really?
Yeah, it looks like.
And they may see that one time and go, you're not supposed to do that. The second time, I was in Texas when they had judges removed for doing that. And even worse, the guy argued with me that, oh, that's the right, that size, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no. And then they went to the next person and they opened up the thing and go, this is yours. Yeah, so, anyway. If you have family in, like my wife and I are both judges, what we'll do is usually I'm setting up blooms, she'll go in early, she'll start judging. Whenever I get done, I swap out with her. We don't get on the same table. We don't get on 2 opposite tables, because then the blooms are gonna end up coming to us, one way or the other. So we actually help everybody out by just staying on one table and doing it that way. And a lot of times we'll pull the commercial people onto one table, because that way they know they can send commercial stuff. So like DuPont, so Father Garlic and I will work together. Everything goes through, same thing with Peanut and ID's commercial. We can all be on one table, all the commercial stuff can go to the other tables. We don't have to worry about it being an issue. So,
Well, I like doing that stuff.
there is, too much. There are people, I shouldn't say this, but I'll go ahead and say this. Buddy Short, if y'all know him, has a very distinctive writing style. When he writes, and I try not to hold things against him. But you really should not pay attention to stuff like that. There are definitely some instances within the society of people playing favorites or going after some people. And that stuff really shouldn't happen, and it's being cracked down on. Don't get caught up in it. The other thing is, be able to defend whatever you're saying. So afterwards, when someone gets it, and people get mad about these if they think that they've been wrong, but that you're consistently doing it, and they may come up to you and ask you, don't be mean or anything like that. Just explain to them where the points are. Sometimes they don't understand or they didn't see. You know, we all get it wrong from time to time. It's a plan. I mean, really, no reason to get really bent out of shape. But there have been people that target certain people. They try to eliminate them. They're like, well, I'm in commercials, so every commercial thing that comes through, I'm marking it off. It absolutely happens, and that is the reason that we're trying to do these classes and get everybody consistent in what they're doing.
And if everybody knows, I put my stuff with value in the front of it.
Oh, yeah, I was
Do a
gonna make a
show,
joke about that.
but I don't put value in the front of my balloons anymore.
Oh, really?
Coastal, he don't put coastal,
that way, right?
because they know me
Because
by
they
value,
know.
it's mine, and if somebody that doesn't
That's true.
scratch it out.
Which is a good thing.
So I stopped doing it, and Sandy doesn't put coastal on his stuff anymore.
Right.
So,
And I've been told about me putting my names on
TJ or something.
TJ or even Kendall, and everybody knows all my kids' names as they're all. Yeah. Man, it's a flower show. I'm not gonna
That's
say about it. There are absolutely people that don't like me, and that's perfectly
And no
fine.
money
Yes.
involved.
If anybody has specific questions, are you available afterwards for a few minutes?
Yes, I am available afterwards. That went a little bit longer than I
Just
thought.
because,
Yep, I got you. Anything, let me make sure I got everything on there. Be able to defend